In this video we're going to look at the last audio option that's covered in the course, and that is adding narration to your movie. So narration is speaking over the top of a clip as it runs and adding perhaps information that you want to give to your viewers. The first thing that we need to make sure of before we begin narrating a clip is that the audio device that we're using is recognized by the program. So if we say edit and preferences and then audio hardware, this brings up the audio hardware dialog box, and we've got the ASIO settings, so the audio stream input output settings. Click on that one and try to make sure that the device that you're using, in my case it is the microphone line in, make sure that the device is enabled, and once it's there you know it's going to be usable. So click OK and then click OK for this one, and then I know that my headphones are going to work. Again, with Elements 8, narration is found within Audio Tools, and it is Add Narration, and this brings up the Record Voice Narration dialog box. If I just drag it to one side, I'm going to go with this clip here. Again, do be aware that if you have multiple microphones available to your computer, you want to make sure that you're using the right one when you're recording the narration. In this instance, microphone line in is the microphone I've got currently on my head, and the microphone array is the microphones that are available on the computer itself. So you want to make sure again that the right one is selected. When you're recording narration, all we have to do is click on the Start Stop Recording Narration button, and we can start. Do be aware, as I'm speaking you should be able to see this little level going up and down, and again we can change the input volume for this as needs be. When you're doing narration you want to try and make sure that it never gets up into this red section at the top of the bar, because that can indicate clipping, where we've got staccato noises occurring. It's where it's too high for the audio. Okay, so we'll see we've got mute audio while recording checked. If I start recording, we'll see how problems can occur. And to start recording, like I say, we just click on start. It gives us a countdown from 3 to 1, and then the clip starts playing, and you might be able to hear that my voice is coming back to me a few seconds after I've been speaking, and this can be very confusing, and it can disrupt the process. So if I stop recording now by clicking on the stop button, and the narration is put in to our media organizer. It's also added in immediately down on the scene line in the narration area. We can press play to play the current narration. It should be. It's playing the clip, and we can go to previous or go to next narration clip with the little sliders. So if I press play now, so that is recording narration. If I go on to another clip and uncheck mute audio while recording and then press record, we remember it has to count down, and we should see that I shouldn't get as much feedback. Unfortunately I still am, So what I could do is plug in my headphones rather, and then I've muted the sound coming out of the computer, and if I turn the volume off on my headset, if you have an inline volume control, then you can record without hearing annoying sounds. Once you have recorded your audio, again we can select it in the scene line and edit it in much the same way as soundtracks and clip audio. So if I go edit effects, and here we've got my narration.wmv, and again I've got the volume and I've got the balance, so I can control the volume of my narration. I can control the direction of my narration as well. It all works in exactly the same way and allows us to make changes as we want. So that is adding narration to the clip. Remember, it is best to know what you're going to be saying and actually sit watching the video and marking the time at which you're going to say certain things. Unfortunately, I can't think of things to say off the top of my head, and it's best to have it written down and actually read from a script rather than try and explain things or say what you want to say as you're recording your own voice. It can be quite disconcerting. So that is adding narration to a video.